Welcome back, and thanks so much for joining me today. I do have a great review today of Magnum P.I, the Complete Remastered series. This one is another one that was released in another country and is a beautiful remaster. So let's break it down and get into it here. I'm going to show you some of what the set looks like, some of what the show looks like, talk about the show a little bit, and kind of break it down for you. It comes in a huge box set from Fabulous, and it's been completely remastered. Now this is a Region B remaster. This one is not region free. That means you're going to need a region free or region unlocked Blu-ray player to play it in America. Now if you live in England or Europe, for example, that is region B. So in Europe, they can play this, no problem, no special Blu-ray player needed. So if you're one of the folks watching from Europe, this set, you can buy it, you're good to go. It's Fabulous Films. And you're going to buy this actually from Amazon.co.uk. So Amazon.co.uk is where you can buy Magnum P.I, the Complete Remastered series from. Now this box set is quite hefty. This box set, I'm not doing it justice here because it is quite big. So it has every season in individual Blu-ray cases. I did have problems with the shipping on this set, so as far as that goes, it was damaged when I received it. They had to send me another one afterwards. But like I've told you before, the nice thing is with Amazon, at least, if they send you something damaged, they'll ship you another one, and then you ship this one back. So I did get one that ended up not being damaged, which is nice. It does come in a huge box set. The outside box on this set, though, it is a little bit flimsy. It's, as you can see, there is a little bit of damage on mine, even the second one they sent. But it's cosmetic stuff. The discs themselves were fine in the cases. But as far as it goes, it's just a cardboard thin sleeve that goes around the Blu-rays, the Blu-ray cases. So it's not something that's real sturdy. As you can see when I'm holding it like this, it's a little bit flimsy. But it's going to be sitting on your shelf, so it doesn't really matter once it's on there. Once it's on your shelf, you're not going to have to worry about that. So the case itself, like I said, is made out of like a thin cardboard. The show itself is what's the big selling point out of this. Now, this show, it has the entire series on here. So you're going to get all the way through the 8th season, and this includes any of the TV movies they had. The special features on this is a great job as well. They remastered everything in here, and I'll show you as we're going through. But this set itself has tons of behind the scenes and hidden things talking about the episodes, and it's got commentaries, it's got crossover episodes, and a lot of you know that like Murder, She Wrote and things like that, there was crossovers and things that they did with other shows in this. So it has all those things. It has flashbacks, it has, well, tons of different commentaries and listing off all the different episodes. So the nice thing was with this specific set for Magnum P.I, they did a great job not only remastering the show, but including, for those of you that love all the hidden things and extras and commentaries, they're included in this set. So let's go in depth a little bit more here. Obviously your top has his Ferrari on it, which I think is great in the show. I really like Tom Selleck in it. I've always been a Tom Selleck fan anyways as an actor. Growing up, my parents watched a lot of Tom Selleck at Magnum P.I, and so that's where I kind of think my appreciation came from it. On your bottom here, there is something I want to point out to you here. If you can see this, and I'll put a picture up here too so you see this, but it is region B locked. So again, I want to make it clear, you do need a region unlocked or region free Blu-ray player in America, for example, to be able to play this. This one is not region free. You must have a region free or region unlocked Blu-ray player to play this. But if you live in Europe, this set is already ready to go for you. You're living in region B, you pop this in, you're good to go. But in America, make sure you do get a region free Blu-ray player to play this. But it's well worth it. All right, let's break into it. So this is your first season. Obviously, it's going to have your picture, Tom Selleck on it, complete first season. I'm not going to show inside of every case because they are very similar, but I'll show you some of these just to kind of give you an idea. It does have the Ferrari on the disc. It says disc 1, tells you the season as you're going along. Now this is because it's a Europe release that was released in England. This actually is all in English, so there's no, hey, this is in German, or hey, this is in French, or hey, this is in, Japanese, for example. It's not. This is all in English, so the nice thing is, once you have the set and you have your region-free Blu-ray player, there's nothing special behind it. Again, each disc and each set has what season it is and what the disc is as you're going along. But they all have the same picture of the car on them. So not a big deal if they didn't put different pictures on each disc, but it does tell you the season and it tells you what disc is on each thing. Outside of your case here, very nice. It tells you how many discs is inside each case. That way you know. And then there's your side of each one. Your back, because it's obviously an English release, tells you your disc, tells you your episodes with your episode titles of each disc, telling you what episodes are on each disc. Tells you your runtime. Then it tells you it's in Dolby Digital 2.0, so it has been remastered audio as well. It's going to be 1.33, which obviously is, like we talked about before, just the way TVs were back then. And it is full HD 1080p remastered. So, another set that is beautiful as we're going along. I'll be giving you some screenshots along the way. You're going to get some up here and up here as we're going along, showing you what we're talking about and how beautiful of a remaster it is. Most of you that have watched Magnum P.I. know that the DVDs look pretty bad. The DVD sets that have been released of Magnum P.I. are pretty darn rough. Their image quality is, let me just say, it's shady. It's really rough and it's bad. These are absolutely beautiful. So when it plays, it plays beautifully. They did a great job with the colors pop, and if you know, the show is filmed in Hawaii and things like that. So, you know, you can see the sand on the beach and the colors and the ocean and then the bright red of his car. Sharp, crisp, clear. You look at his car here, the Ferrari, it just looks crisp and clear. It just looks crisp and clean. Now, I did love the show. It's one of those shows that if you like kind of an action, comedy, adventure series, there's some mystery. Each episode has something different that he's trying to solve. He's a private detective, obviously, Magnum P.I., private investigator. So he's a private investigator that goes out investigating things that he gets hired for, whether it's a crime or somebody has something stolen. So it's very well done like that. The humor in it's great. I love when, and I don't know if you know this, but the actor, Roger E. Mosley, that plays Theodore T.C., always calls the Higgy Baby. Any of you have ever watched Magnum P.I., he loves to call Higgins, the guy that's in charge of the house, the estate, he always likes to call him Higgy Baby, and I always get a kick out of that. It's one of those things, it's one of those lines I really like. There's a big thing with a lot of these remasters going on where they're releasing these shows in other countries, and I love that they've released this show because I always loved watching it, but it looked horrible on the DVDs. And to me, watching something where I'm constantly sitting there and you're kind of squinting to see what's going on, or you're trying to see what is it I'm looking at, I don't like that. I like with the high definition TVs we have nowadays, I want the content to look beautiful. And this set does. 1080p HD remastered. Again, Higgy Baby would love this show because it looks great. I'm going to continue on with the cases here. This here, you're looking at Season 2. Here's your case, your side, and then your back of your case. Again, listing out what's inside each case and what discs have each episode on. So I really like, obviously it's an English release, so in this case, you can see everything, you read everything, and it has all your titles listed as well. The actual image itself on the show looks beautiful. I know I've referenced that before, but as you're going along, the more you watch, after first season, once you get into Season 2 and on, I actually noticed an uptick in detail after you got past the first season. I don't know if the first season, they had a harder time remastering it. It seems slightly, it still looked beautiful, don't get me wrong, but it had a slightly, for those of us that are super picky, it had a slightly grainier texture to it. Film grain, I would say, that was over everything. And once you got to the later seasons, that was gone, and Season 2 and on, I didn't notice it that way anymore. It was just incredibly sharp and clear. Here's the front cover of your 5th season. We just did the 4th season. Sorry, I should have said that. This is your 5th season. Tells you your discs again up here, and then obviously tells you all your episodes on the back in English. 6th season, and again, tells you your title, how many discs, and then on the back, tells you what's in them. You got 7th season, and again, I thought the pictures on the front were really pretty, and I really liked how they did them. It gives you that very like vacation-y Hawaii feel, just the colors popping, and obviously everyone's driving convertibles and it's warm out, and anyhow, I like that. The big thing about the show that I really enjoyed about Magnum P.I. is Tom Selleck really sells his character. Just kind of a laid back, trying to enjoy life, private investigator that he enjoys what he does. He enjoys helping people, and he does care about people, and I think that's what really sells the show. I know they've come out recently, and a lot of people have talked about they came out recently, obviously, with that new Magnum P.I. on TV. And no offense to the new Magnum P.I., but I don't feel like it holds a candle to Tom Selleck in Magnum P.I. the way the show originally was before they've made, obviously, a reboot, if you want to call it. I'm always impartial to the original a lot of the time because that's what I remember. That's what most of us probably remember is watching the actual original, not, you know, something new where they're trying to update it or make it more, I don't know, modern. I don't like making things always just more modern where it has to have more, whether it's violence or whatever the case is, to try to make it more modern. That doesn't, to me, make a great show. Just because you throw something in there doesn't make it a great show. And Magnum P.I. does a great job. The characters you really like, the stories are very enjoyable. And each mystery and things like that, you might have one you say, hey, I didn't think that was as well written, but then the next 5 to 6 you're going to love. And that's just kind of how shows go that have been on that long. Magnum P.I. was one of those shows that my wife, though, had never seen. And she started watching it, and she really ended up falling in love with the characters and liking. You got Rick, and you got TC, and you got, obviously, Higgy Baby. I love saying it. But Higgy Baby, he's the Higgins. He's the actual, like, I guess you could call the servant that takes care of the mansion that Tom Selleck's character of Magnum lives in. And he actually, that car doesn't even belong to him. Not meaning to blow something away, but you'll figure that out after the first episode. But the Ferrari's not even Magnum's. It's actually his friend who owns the estate is letting him use it and live there. And that kind of adds to the whole thing of, you know, he's always worried about what's going to happen to the car. He's got to get it back. And it's well done. It's a very entertaining show. If you haven't watched it yet, I'd say check it out. Definitely give it a chance. But as far as the set itself goes, the Blu-ray set, the remaster is just beautiful. They did a great job with the textures and the colors, the sharpness and detail, getting rid of a lot of the film grain that wasn't natural. That was because of the DVDs couldn't upscale it enough. So that's all gone. I mean, it looks like, it's kind of like putting mud on your sunglasses, and you got mud on your sunglasses and you're watching a TV show through mud. Then you clean your glasses off, and all of a sudden, then you can see that's what the difference is between the Magnum P.I. that you got on your DVDs and the Magnum P.I. you'd have in this set, this remastered set of Magnum P.I. It looks beautiful. I definitely suggest it. My review for this one, I would definitely say as far as the set goes, because it is obviously all in English, the set, all of the titles, all of the menus as we're going along. You'll see the menus here. It's all in English. You just scroll down, select what episode you want to play, or play all. There's nothing special you have to do with subtitles for those of us that live in English-speaking countries. There's nothing you have to do with subtitles. Whether you're in Europe or whether you're in America, you simply put it in your region-free Blu-ray player, and you press play, play all, and it'll play it in perfect English. Nothing special you got to do. So I did really enjoy that. As far as my review for this one goes, this is going to be one of the highest reviews I've given for a TV show. And it's hard for me because I do really enjoy this show. And there's some other ones that I might like the show a little bit more. But this set itself is so well done that I wish more sets would follow suit with this, because they've included the special features, and some of the sets that we've talked about in the past, some of them don't have a ton of special features. This one, they did a great job. It's in English, and I loved the release of it. So this set, I'm going to give it a 9.4. It is a great set. It is worth the money. It is incredibly well done. The remaster on this, every single season in here, I said, you got 8 seasons of content in here that is well worth it. Remastered every episode. You're not missing everything. It's all in individual Blu-ray cases, which I did like. So it's easy. You take one out, you watch what you're watching, you put it back in, you grab the next one. I'm going to give it a 9.4. Beautiful set. When you order it, I said I had a little problems with shipping from Amazon where mine came damaged, the first one I got. If you order it from amazon.co.uk, you actually, if you have problems with it, they'll send you a replacement. Just let them know, and they'll replace the damaged one. You send the other one back. So it was Well worth it. I loved that they took care of me, no problem. The set itself, though, you do need, again, a region-free or region-unlocked Blu-ray player to play it in America. So make sure if you're wanting to watch this show and you're wanting to buy it, definitely get yourself a region-free. You won't regret it. We're going to have more reviews coming up that I'm going to be doing of some other titles that are region-locked as well. But it has not been released in America. It's not something that we've ever gotten. And it's sad because it is an American show, but all we've gotten is the DVDs, and it's been years since this was released in Europe. The remaster is so beautiful on it, and if you're collecting physical media, you need to have a region-free Blu-ray player for yourself so you can get yourself all of these sets. I have a lot more that we're going to go through, but this set itself is just beautiful. If you live in Europe and you haven't bought this yet, and you're in England, for example, get yourself Magnum P.I. You won't be sorry. The show itself is well worth it. It's a beautiful set. The Universal remaster, and it shows it right here on the back. The Universal, it's actually a Universal set. And they did the remaster on it. And Fabulous Films did a great job with it. I've been extremely happy with it. And I know that if you have it and you start watching it, you're going to think the same thing. The show itself, again, great show. Great family show. You don't really have to worry about much of anything in it. Obviously, it's one of those shows that you can sit down, and just the way a lot of the older TV was, is you can watch it as a family without worrying all the time about there's going to be something bad in it, there's going to be something that I don't want the kids to see or I don't want them to hear. It does a very good job with that, and we do enjoy it. Great set. I highly recommend it. Get yourself one. If you have questions, please comment below. I do appreciate every one of your time today. Thank you so much for joining me again. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. And then I've got more great new content coming up soon, so stay tuned and have a blessed day.